Here is your daily recap of the Olympics. First, we're going to talk about women's handball. And to start, Denmark beat Slovenia 27-19. Then Netherlands beat Angola 34-31. Brazil beat Spain 29-18. Korea beat Germany 23-22. France beat Hungary 31-28. And finally, Sweden beats Norway 32-28. Now, if we look at the group A, Denmark is first, then followed by Sweden, then Korea, Germany, Norway, and Slovenia. And in group B, it's Brazil, followed by Netherlands, France, Angola, Hungary, and Spain. So yeah, this is it for women's handball. Now, continuing in women's football. First game was between New Zealand and Canada. It all started with Mackenzie Barry, who scored the first goal at 13 minutes. Then in extra time, Chloe Lacasse makes it 1-1 for Canada. And 10 minutes at the end of the game, Evelyn Vian makes it 2-1 and Canada wins their first game. At the same time, Spain faced off against Japan. It all started with Aoba Fujino making it 1-0 for Japan. Aitana Bonmati makes it 1-1. At halftime, it's 1-1, but Mariona Caldente makes it 2-1 for Spain at the end of the game. Germany versus Australia. It all started with Marina headering, making it 1-0. It's 1-0 at halftime, but then Leah Schuler makes it 2-0, and Jules Brand makes it 3-0 Germany, and it's going to be the final score. At the same time, Brazil faced off against Nigeria, and Gabby Nunes in the first half makes it 1-0, and it's gonna be the only goal of the game. So final score, Brazil won 1-0. France versus Colombia. It all started with Marie Antoinette Katoto making it 1-0. Then Kenza Dali at the 18th minute makes it 2-0. And at the 42nd minute, Marie Antoinette Katoto scores her second goal of the game. It's 3-0 at halftime. But then at the 54th minute, Catalina Usme on a penalty makes it 3-1. Then 10 minutes later, Manuela Pavi makes it 3-2. And it's going to be the final score. France win it 3-2. At the same time as France game, USA face off against Zambia. It all starts with Trinity Rodman making it 1-0. Then Mallory Swanson with a goal at the 24th minute and one at the 25th makes it 3-0. And it's going to be 3-0 at halftime and 3-0 at the end of the game. So in Group A, France is leading because they got one more goal for. Then it's Canada, then Colombia, and then New Zealand. In Group B, Germany and the United States are tied with 3-goal for. Then Australia and Zambia. And in Group C, Spain is leading with one more goal, then Brazil, then it's Japan, and then Nigeria. Only one game is done yet, so nothing is over yet. In Rugby Sevens, a lot of things happened. Samoa beat Kenya 26-0. That doesn't change much in their pool, but still. Then Australia beat Argentina 22-14. So Australia finished first of their pool, Argentina second. In the pool C, the United States wins 33-17. So they're finishing third in their pool and one of the best two third place. Fiji faced off against France for the first place in the pool, and Fiji gets it by winning 19-12 over France. In the pool A now, South Africa versus Japan. The winner is South Africa 49-5, and they're finishing third place in their pool, but one of the best two third place, so they're going through quarterfinal. And in Pool A, once again, New Zealand face off against Ireland for the first place of their group. And it's going to be New Zealand winning 14-12 against Ireland. Now, to know who's going to finish between the place 9th and 12th, the last 4 teams are going to do one game. The loser face against the loser of the other game, and the winner face off against the winner of the other game. So Samoa face off against Japan. They beat them 42-7, and they're gonna face off against Kenya, who beat Uruguay 19-14. So Samoa finished. So Samoa is gonna face off against Kenya to know who's gonna finish 9th and who's gonna finish 10th. And for the 11th and 12th place is going to be between Uruguay and Japan. Now, in quarterfinal, South Africa won over New Zealand, an upset, the first place of Pool A against the third place of Group C, I think. So it ended up 14-7. So South Africa is going to face off against France, who beat Argentina 26-14. Fiji won over Ireland 19-15, and they're gonna face off in semifinal Australia, who shut out the United States 18-0. So if we look at a bracket for the 9-12 place, as you can see, Samoa beat Japan. They're gonna go against Kenya, who beat Uruguay, and Japan and Uruguay is gonna face off against each other. Now, as I said, Africa is going to face off against France in semifinal, and Fiji is going to face off against Australia in semifinal. And in the 5-8, New Zealand's going to face off against Australia, and Ireland and United States are going to face off against each other. The winners of both these games are going to face off for 5th or 6th place, and the losers are going to face off for 7th or 8th place. Last but not least, archery. I'm gonna go pretty fast on these. For the men's and women, it's only qualification to know who's gonna face off against who. In the men's, the first place of the qualification goes to Woojin Kim. The first French person is Baptiste Addis. The first USA is Brady Ellison. And the first and only Canadian is Eric Peters. Eric Peters is going to face off against Ilfat Abdullah in the round of 32. So, yeah, Eric Peters can still win the gold medal even if they're 36. In the women's now, the first place goes to Xion Lim. They beat their world record. The first USA person is Casey Koffold. The first French person is Amélie Cordeau. And the first and only Canadian person is pretty far, but is Virginie Chenier. And if you combine the score of Virginie Chenier and Eric Peters, you get the mixed team score, and they're 20th. France is 8th. United States is 3rd, Germany 2nd, and Korea 1st. And sadly, it's only the top 16 teams who's gonna qualify. So sadly, the Canadians are eliminated for the mixed team. And they're not in teams because there's only one guy and one woman. Korea is first with the Olympic record. Then it's China, Mexico, India, France, Germany, Indonesia, United States, Chinese Taipei, Malaysia, Great Britain, and Netherlands. That's for the women's team. For the men's team, it's Korea first, then France, India, China, Chinese Taipei, Turkey, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Kazakhstan, Colombia, and Great Britain. So yeah, this is it for July 25th. Tomorrow's not gonna be any video. Well, it's gonna be a short one because if I show you what's gonna happen tomorrow, tomorrow there's only shootings for the pre-event training, shooting for the pre-event training, and shooting for pre-event training. Then there's the opening ceremony. So, and there's nothing else. So for the July 26th, there's not gonna be any videos. So yeah, see you on 27th.